Hi, Golden Boys and Girls. Today I'm going to do a story using props. I'm going to show you what those props are and see if you can guess what story I'm going to do. All right, here we go. So in this story, we have 3 bears. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 bowls of porridge. 1, 2, 3. We also have 3 chairs that are behind the bears. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 beds that are behind the chairs. 1, 2, 3. And we have one more character in this story, and it is a little girl, and her name is Goldilocks. It's Goldilocks. She's in the story. So the story is called Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Here we go. One day, Papa Bear made some porridge for his family. But the porridge was much too hot, so Papa Bear said, "Let's go for a walk in the woods. We'll let our porridge cool off." So, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear all went for a walk to let their porridge cool off. A little girl had been walking for a very long time. Her name was Goldilocks. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. She had been walking for so long that her stomach was so hungry. "I'm so hungry. I smell something delicious. I wonder what it could be." So she knocked on the door of the 3 Bears' house. But nobody answered. She knocked again, and the door opened up just a little bit. So she looked inside and she saw the 3 bowls of porridge. So she went over to Papa's porridge and she tried it. "That porridge is much too hot. I don't like that porridge." Then she tried Mama's. "That porridge is much too cold. I don't like that porridge either." Then she tried Baby's porridge. "That porridge is just right." And so she ate it until it was all gone. Then she went to have a seat on a chair. She sat in Papa's chair and she said, "This chair's much too hard. I don't like this chair." Then she sat in Mama's chair and she said, "This chair's much too soft. I don't like this chair either." Then she sat in Baby's chair and she said, "This chair is just right." And she started to rock in the chair until, boom, the chair broke. Goldilocks stood up and she said, "I'm starting to get very tired." So she decided to go upstairs and take a rest. So she went up to Papa's bed. She lay down and she said, "This bed's much too hard. I don't like this bed." Then she laid in Mama's bed and she said, "This bed's much too soft. I don't like this bed either." Then she laid in Baby's bed and she said, do you remember what she said? Yep, she said, shh. She fell fast asleep. Suddenly, the 3 bears came home. Papa Bear looked at his porridge and he said, "Hey, someone's been eating my porridge." Mama Bear looked at hers and she said, "Hey, someone's been eating my porridge." And Baby Bear looked at his and he said, "Hey, someone's been eating my porridge and they ate it all gone." Well, then Papa Bear went to look at his chair and he said, "Hey, someone's been sitting in my chair." Mama Bear looked at hers and she said, "Hey, someone's been sitting in my chair." And then Baby Bear looked at his and he said, "Hey, someone's been sitting in my chair and they broke it to pieces." Mama Bear said, "All right, Baby Bear, we'll fix that chair for you." And she put the chair all back together. Well, then Papa Bear went upstairs and he said, "Hey, someone's been sleeping in my bed." Mama Bear looked at hers and she said, "Hey, someone's been sleeping in my bed." And then Baby Bear looked at his and he said, "Mama Bear, Papa Bear, someone's been sleeping in my bed and she's still there. Come here." So Mama Bear came over and Papa Bear came over and they all looked at her. They didn't know who she was, but we know that's Goldilocks. Well, Goldilocks woke up. She yawned and she stretched and she looked up at 3 bears. She saw Papa Bear, she saw Mama Bear, and she saw Baby Bear. She threw her arms up in the air, she jumped off the bed, and she screamed, "Help! Help!" as she ran down the stairs. "Help! Help!" all the way home. And the 3 bears looked at each other and they said, "I wonder who she was." And they never saw her ever again. The end. And that was the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye, Goldrum boys and girls.